at the comic book store. And check out these variants. Man, you go broke trying to keep up with Marvel books these days. It's time for another episode of Ash on Comics. This week, it's episode 14 of the In and Out Weekly Comics Pull List. It's April 3rd, 2019. And check this out, there's only 4 number ones from Marvel this week. 4. They're slipping, Marvel. But there is War of the Realms. You've all been waiting for it. The big event Marvel's doing, man. Number 1, you cannot miss this. But don't worry, you won't. Because there are 6 other War of the Realms miniseries coming out. Not 6 War of the Realms issues, although there are 6 other War of the Realms issues. There's 6 other War of the Realms miniseries. So I'll be seeing them. You'll be seeing them on this list because they're going to each have a number 1, of course. So you're going to have 7 number 1s. But speaking of number 1s, you saw at the beginning of the video, I was at the store today and I was like, wow, look at these Chase variant number 1s. And I put them on the video, but you couldn't really kind of see the price tag. So I thought I would just show, what the, $100. $200. $24.99. Now, here's the Art Adams variant cover. This is almost, I was like, should I get War of the Realms? Should I just pick it up? And, we're saying to do is review it. I mean, I buy Superman after all. I love, and Art Adams is my favorite artist. This cover, $35. All it's different is this part's not in color. It's the Premiere variant. So stupid. And we got a $50 cover that I can't see. Oh, $14.99. There we go. That's cheap. $24.99. And oh, look, everyone's favorite fucking good boy corporate Joe Quesada. It's not even a good Joe Quesada picture. What happened, Joe? You used to be an artist. $50. So if you wanted these books, there's 8 of them. This isn't even, I don't even think this is all the variants, but man, this is about $500 in books right here. Then there's the ones that you saw in the video that were actually on the shelf, which you can see over here. There's where the new comics are. There were, I think, like 6 variants there. And those were $6 a piece. Oh, some of them were 10. So you're looking at 40, 50 bucks in comics there. And here's the funny thing too. They didn't even have the normal cover. All my store had was the variants. The normal Art Adams cover, which was nice because it didn't tempt me at all. I was like, if I'm going to get War of the Realms, I'm getting the Art Adams cover. They didn't have it, so this Diamond sucks. So Diamond shipped them all the variants and did not ship the main book. So stupid. This industry is fucking falling apart. It's a joke. But what's not a joke is Gateway into Comics. This is one of my YouTuber friends. Has got a channel, one of my favorite channels to watch. I've given him a shout out recently because he did an excellent review. I don't want to play it. Go away. He did an excellent review of Spider-Man Life Story that like really moved me. I was like, I need to read this book. If you are a fan of comic books, if they do things for you, like if you get it, and I shouldn't have to explain that. If you get it, you get it. This is a book you need to check out. And I explained, I did a review, which is not quite as good as my boys here. I tried to explain. It's a good book. Check it out. It's a 6-issue miniseries. I don't like to promote Marvel, but they did a good job here. So I like to share other YouTubers. This because I like to do what I wish other people would do. Doing to others as you would, So I appreciate when people shout me out. And so, Gateway, good job. One of my favorite channels. Thanks for your videos. Let's get into this. Oh boy, I'm already 5 minutes into the 4.5 minutes. This is what I come here for. This is what you come here for too. Admit it. You love seeing the food. Oh no. Looks like the burger got tousled around in the car. It's not as pretty as normal. That's all right. It's going to freaking taste outstanding. I guarantee it. Let's move that along out of the way. I hate getting phone calls right in the middle of doing a video. Fortunately, it came in right at a transition point, so it doesn't muck things up too much. And I got to eat my burger. I cheated. It's over there, but this is an empty box. So good. I was right. It was good. Looked sloppy, but tasted delicious. Here's my receipts for new comics. SJWs will lie and tell me I don't buy comics. But I don't know where my money's going then. And you're like, Ash, why do you have a War of the Realms thing in your comic box? Well, I love Art Adams. And he does the art here. Let's do this. I love Art Adams. And I like this cover a lot. He's doing all the covers of War of the Realms. And this is the only reason at all that I was tempted to even get this book. And at $4.99, I might have. $5.99. But then the comic store didn't even have this. They just had all the other variant covers. So this was free. At least I get to look at some pretty pictures for free. I'm sure someone will have War of the Realms I can borrow. This was a slow week, as you can see from the price tag, under $20. And this is from last week, so it's even slower. This is Superman. Oh, sorry, no. Action Comics 1009. Yeah, I did a review on this. You just want to see a train wreck in slow motion? Follow Action Comics and Superman. Watch my reviews. This book I keep buying even though I'm not reading it. I explained when I picked him up originally that I was never a Justice League person. And but it was a new book, and I was like, you know what? I need to be open-minded, give the book a chance. And I liked the variants that they were doing. Well, first of all, it was Jim Lee. But I also liked that they were doing a thematic thing with it, where each issue was a picture of one of the Justice League. And I was like, that's really freaking cool. So I think it was like the first 7, maybe 8 issues of Justice League were each of a Justice League member drawn by Jim Lee. I was like, I gotta buy them just for that, even if I don't like the Justice League comic, but I can read them. But then I was just buying them and I wasn't reading them, and then it just kind of backlogged, and I'm like, now I'm still buying it because I really do like Scott Snyder. And then Jorge Jimenez is one of my favorite artists working today. I really like what he does. Screw you, DC, for canceling Super Sons. I guess I had to say that because Jimenez was doing that with Tomasi, and it was probably the best comic that they had. And then speaking of comics I'm buying and not reading is Green Lantern. And I buy this because they cancel. I was collecting the other Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. I was collecting Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps. And then they canceled it. So I was like, frick. All right, well, I'm going to collect Green Lanterns. And, I've heard decent things about it. So I started collecting. Oh, we're canceling that. Like 7 issues later, they canceled. I was like, okay, you're launching a new Green Lantern? Fine, I'll start at number 1 and get Green Lantern. Which was kind of annoying. So I have like 7 issues each of Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. And I hate just having this little bitty part of a run. Like, it just sits in my box. I'm like, I'm a collector. I'm a reader, but I'm also a collector. And I kind of like seeing a full run, like 1 through something. And if I jump in on a book, say, like Detective Comics, I jumped in Detective Comics in the 900 and something, like I'm not going to get all the back issues, but there's something substantial. What I hate is when it's like, oh, I started this book at 20 something and then it canceled at 30 and then I just have 7 issues and I'm just blabbing. If you either understand what I'm saying or you don't. Speaking of Super Sons, here's another book I'm not reading, just buying because I loved Super Sons. I'll tell you what, man. This was the best book that DC had at the time. Peter Tomasi was doing the writing, and he totally gets these 2 characters. He's the reason what made these 2 characters. Now, he's still writing this book, which is why I'm buying it. But the other thing that got these characters right was Jorge Jimenez. Holy shit, not only is he an outstanding artist, but he understood how to bring out the childishness that, I don't mean that derogatory, but like the youthful, that I just loved it. It was a fun, whimsical book, and I don't know who the hell this guy is. So when DC gave us this book, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy it because you got me into Super Sons like 3 issues before they canceled it. So stupid. I was like so pissed. And then they like, well, we're going to give you, don't worry, here, have this token book miniseries. See, that makes it all better. No, it doesn't make it better. Super Sons was canceled at 16, so this should be Super Sons issue 25 right now. Stupid DC. But what's not DC is Valiant. Okay, they might be worse. But since 2011 and up to this point, they are freaking fantastic. The best comic book company in the business. I'm telling you. This is their dollar debut, which is kind of like a True Believers book or whatever. It's $1. And this is the full book. You are getting essentially a reprint of X-O Man of War, #1. I love this Star Wars homage. Feels like a Star Wars homage cover. But let me tell you, these names here, Matt Kent and Thomas Giorello. Holy shit. Holy shit, I read this book on Comixology. I was like, oh, I'm curious about it. And then I was like, what? And this is all because of Trajan channel. He doesn't do many videos anymore. And I don't know if he ever watches my videos. But Trajan, if you're watching, make some freaking videos again, man. Your shit was good. I liked it. He got me onto this. He was talking all sorts of positivity on this. He's like, oh my God, it's great. So I just picked it up. I've never liked EXO. I think the character looks stupid to me. I was like, oh, this is a dumb looking costume or whatever. And then I read it and I was like, oh my God. And the best thing I can kind of describe is that it felt like Conan mixed with Iron Man. And I know that doesn't sound like a good mix, but Matt Kent knows how to write, and it just felt, this is a guy's comic, all right? This is chock full of testosterone and heroism and being a tough guy and warrior and just fun and adventure. And it's just great. This is what comics are about. I know I'm a misogynist, right? I'm just, oh, Ash, so misogynistic. How dare you want comics for guys? I know all comics need to be for girls. Speaking of comics for girls, this is not one of them. Although I'm sure some girls will like this because girls like fantasy. This is Blood Realm, Shadowed Kingdom. So this is the second series of Blood Realm, the first 3-issue series I did reviews on, and I fell in love with this book. Look at something here. $1.50. Alterna is my favorite publisher right now for what they're doing. This is a small-time publisher. This is like one guy working out of a closet, producing books for you to buy at $1.50. And you may look at this book and go, wow, this is $1.50, so it's probably crap. And then, you get what you pay for. No, I used to think that way. Are these AAA titles? No, I'm not going to try to convince you that that's the case. Obviously, I would just be buying Alterna if that were the case. However, for the bang for your buck value, these are good. Especially this Blood Realm, which I've done reviews. So if you're curious about this, go watch those reviews. I haven't even read this book yet. So that's my show today. It's pretty short. I'm looking forward to hearing more about War of the Realms, and maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe it won't be a train wreck, but geez, there's like 20 titles this month alone just tying into this. And 6 miniseries. Oh, I think I'm just going to have fun roasting this for the next 3 months. And I hope none of you guys are really buying into this, except for the person I want to borrow books from. Maybe you got to buy it so I can borrow your books. Anyways, like and subscribe somewhere down below. Put comments. Say whatever you want. Try not to be too mean. And if you have any suggestions for me for the show, for whatever, leave them. This is what I do. I do this to talk about comics. I don't do this to be a YouTube star. I don't pretend to be a YouTube star. I just love comics and I like to share, and this is a great way to do it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. I know you could be watching anything else right now, and you're watching me, so that's very flattering.